So awesome. Thank you,
Hey,
everyone,
everybody,
for joining.
tuning in. Webinar Wednesdays with Jared, myself, Jared Brick, Andrew Devlin, CEO of PitchHub, and we
Facebook.
are Facebook. Wow,
Nice.
Andrew just got a promotion.
Yeah.
And we're going to be talking about video. We love video. We've seen it explode over the last few months with the pandemic and COVID-19. Everyone's watching more video, creating more video, sharing more videos. It's one of the most engaging platforms you could possibly use. What was the statistic in the future? Like 80 to 90% of the internet will be video within the next 5 to 10 years.
I heard a rumor. It's just
So
it could be fake news that Facebook will be going all video in 2023. So you won't even be able to write anything online anymore. It'll all be video. So
speaking of, I'm going to run behind the camera and start my video right here on the phone so we can document it in multiple ways.
So Jared and I were actually just talking a few minutes before this and saying, our backgrounds. What is our backgrounds? How have we been in the video industry? And so my background has been working with a lot of corporations, helping them get online with video, how to do broadcast webinars, how to, create short videos for corporations. So, and then Jared's experience really has been a lot of shooting videos, right?
Well, I started in photography and I learned classical photography with film, and then I learned digital photography, and then I learned video doing documentary photography in New York and interviews. And now it's really just, how do I empower people and entrepreneurs and founders and business people to leverage video? So that's been my passion, because it's funny to see their journey. I love seeing people's journeys about, like, they get really excited. At first they start out scared, right? And they feel intimidated. And that's one of the reasons why PitchHub exists, to support you at that age, start in the game. And then they get more comfortable, and then they get more efficient. And then before you know it, they're off and running, and they've got thousands and thousands of followers tuning into podcasts. And it's just exciting. I love seeing it.
I know. And just the technology itself, just even this technology. So we're using StreamYard, and literally to do something like this, just 5 years ago would be setting up servers and just doing this whole network in order to
get it to
go
one
live.
Network, probably.
Yeah. And even on Facebook.
Yeah.
And, to be able to have to do that. But now it's just StreamYard took me about 5 minutes to figure out how to do a broadcast. The only thing that I didn't know about was hitting live, go live, because we went live ourselves for about 5 minutes.
That was a good warm up. And again, it's all training. It's all practice. Yeah. Who's this? Our friend behind us here. This is our teleprompter.
Oh, this teleprompter. Yeah. Well, you talked about helping people get online with video, and what I had noticed and what we've been working on at PitchHub is helping people get online with video. And one thing that really, when we started helping people get on video, that was the one. And even for myself, the one thing that I needed was some type of a crutch. I needed a crutch, because when you press record button, you forget your lines, your script, everything. And if there's somebody else in the room, ooh, watch out. Because and then you get nervous and you're like, what are my lines? You keep screwing up. And so the teleprompter was something that was really useful for me. Yeah. And then also for the people that we were helping get online with video.
Well, there's a couple of ways. Let's break down a couple of ways that you can shoot video, first of all. So one is you just put your camera on a tripod, you hit record, and you just wing it. Now, if you've been in the game for a while and you've got a little bit more experience, then that's okay, because you know your points, you know what you want to hit, you're looking at your timer. But that's a more advanced technique, and I don't recommend that for people when they're getting started. Just the go live and wing it model. So some people can do that. You often do not hit all your points. You often forget something, and you often look at it and go, why didn't I say that? Why didn't I do this? So that's like one way to do it. The second way to do it is a piece of paper or a Post-it note where you're looking up and down and you're trying to hit your points. And we've all done that before, where you're kind of Post-it note, paper, trying to hit your bullet points. And again, if you're good, you can kind of slickly get by. But this is your best friend right here. This is your teleprompter. So this is how the pros do it. This is how news anchors do it. They actually have a script. They've prepared all their points. You can either bullet point it or you can write the whole thing out, and you're reading, but you're reading at the same eye level as the camera. So if I'm good, I can actually read and go, I get asked questions every time from a home buyer, and that's if they've already have a pre-approved loan. So I'm actually reading the teleprompter behind us, and we can play it so you can see it in action. The scroll speed, and it's a paste with your voice. So have a pre-approved with a lender, and they will credit and get you and go shopping for a loan with another lender. So again,
you stop for a second, watch.
Yeah, go for it.
No. You stop. It stops talking. So
how does it do that?
It's gonna track your voice. Yeah.
So it hears the sound, and if it hears the sound, it's gonna either voice activate, which is a voice activated feature on the teleprompter, or you can just hit play and go from there. So I love that you guys built that. It's such a cool tool.
Yeah, it was building it with people.
Yeah.
So in a studio going, what are people going to need in order to shoot videos? So this is obviously what you would put in front of you. And then if you're going to have it in a studio where people are going to come in over and over and do videos, you want to just have a holder in here so you can put in your own cell phone.
Yep.
Bring in your cell phone, write your script from anywhere, pull it up on the teleprompter when you're ready to shoot your video, and then just put your camera right behind here. And
so
as
your eye line is right there, looking right past it as you're reading.
Yeah.
It's pretty slick, I gotta say.
It can be both, right? It can be something that you just, if you're an executive and you've got to do lots and lots of videos, and you just kind of have these scripts that you want to run through. It's good to just go through them quickly. And then also, if you're doing a video and you want to be more animated and it's your script, it's a great crutch. I like to use it as a crutch because you might go off script.
Yeah.
But it's good to just have that the crutch there.
Got it. So we do have a question I could see from Facebook. My biggest challenge using video is the scripting process. So often when you're creating a video, you're not sure what to write. So again, there's this format that I love that I've been telling to people. So tell people what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you told them. So give people a little intro. Hey, today we're going to be talking about video and how to come across authentic on video. Now go through the points of how to be authentic on video, and then do a quick recap of today. We talked about 3 different things on how to be authentic on video. So that's an easy structure on how to create a script when you're just not sure what the script should be. So tell them what you're going to tell them, and tell them what you told them. And then always, always, always have a CTA, a call to action at the end of your videos. So what do you want people to do next? What is that next step you want people to take? Always put it in there. You can put it in the beginning, say, hey, you can subscribe to my channel, you can follow me. And then at the end, give them a little reminder, and everything's value driven. Yeah. So a challenge for a lot of people is, what is the script I should use? Another great tip is just use the FAQ. Like, what are the questions you're always getting at your business? Answer those via video. I think that's a great way to create a script and come up with content, because content can also often be the thing that stops people. Like, what's the content?
And I think when we talk to a lot of people about, that's probably a big question that we get from a lot of folks. What type of content, help me. What should I do?
Content? Yeah. What should I say?
And, in real estate, or really any type of business, over the last week, what is the most common questions you've been asked by your audience, by customers, by your prospects, and people you've been talking to in the industry? Write down those questions, because if you're hearing them over and over again, it's something that people are going to hear, that you're going to tell them, and they're going to get a lot of value from you and what you've kind of, on your knowledge on the industry.
Yeah, I mean, you want to share in 3 different areas: be educational, be inspirational, be entertaining, which is probably the hardest one, and then always be providing value, always be giving back to people, letting them know, just like we're trying to do here. We're just trying to help people give back. We have no agenda. We don't need you to go sign up, but if you want to go check it out, we're here as a resources, but there's not a deeper agenda. It's really just to be of value.
Yeah. I forget if we covered that or not, but really it was what we're trying to do every week is we want to basically answer people's questions. It doesn't have to be about PitchHub. It's just about, what are your challenges with video? How can we help you get online? Because I'd like to say that, before COVID, there was probably about 5% of the industry doing video. The rest of the 95% is thinking about it. And then all of a sudden now it's,
Changed.
That's changed. Everybody, you just don't exist because everybody's going to find you online and not in other places. So
yeah, they literally cannot find you other than digitally right now. So it's good skill to have. It's not going away anytime soon. So let's build that muscle, get stronger, and figure out ways we can do it. So we got another question coming in. Do you use a phone or a camera, or DSLR as they're called, digital single lens reflex camera? I will grab one just so you can see what it looks like. Everyone knows what a phone looks like. So this is a Sony camera that I use for different projects. Has lenses that you can attach, has flash you can attach, batteries, memory cards, all that stuff. Do you need one of these? No. That's the beauty. You do not need one of these to get started anymore. The phone cameras are so good now, up to 4K. Soon we'll see 6 and 8K cameras. You really don't need a camera. There are some things you can do with cameras that you can't do with phones, but we'll cover that in another question, another day. So if you have a newer phone, go ahead.
I was just going to say, if you're going to show up to shoot a video for a CEO or somebody, that definitely you want to have one of these, and maybe your
mic
and a mic
and a microphone,
but your smartphone behind it, but it's it's something that you should have if you're a videographer and you're going to shoot some executives and stuff like that, and showing up with your smartphone will do the trick, but you probably.
Well, I think the phone is a nice addition. So we have a 2-camera setup here today. The phone is a nice addition to go live to a different social channel. It's also nice to back it up to your phone so you can share it in different ways. The nice thing about the phone cameras is the rear camera is usually much higher quality. So the challenge is if you're going to do a selfie style and you're facing yourself, unfortunately, the front camera is not as powerful. So just to make people aware of that, it's not as high quality as the rear camera often on your smartphone. And it might be time to update your phone. Let's just be honest. You might have a cracked phone. You might have an older camera. So maybe it's time to update that phone, get a new deal from one of the big providers, and update your phone because the cameras have gotten so good. Yeah.
That's another reason why we didn't, why we have this device and have the mount here for the bottom for the cell phone or for the smartphone is that the cameras on the front side, which is where you're going to read your teleprompter, isn't good enough. So if we could enable this, it would be great. But once that happens, then the game is going to be changed.
There is that option to go with the front camera, but it's just the quality is low. The other thing that you're not seeing is lighting. Lighting is really important. We actually have 3 lights set up, 2 on the backdrop here. So lighting, sound, and image. Those are your 3 most important things that you got to be able to.
How would you order them? If was it
image? It can't be fuzzy and blurry. So let's just say that.
But could you go audio if you can't hear you? It doesn't matter.
If you're doing a podcast, sure. But you're asking people to watch something, so you could make it mysterious. I think it goes video, audio, lighting. But again, your video is going to be quite poor if your lighting's really dark. And so I would rate it as video, audio, and then lighting. But they're all so important. You need 3 ingredients to make a great sandwich. You need the bread, you need the center, and you need some sauce. Otherwise, the bread's going to be dry.
Gotta have that sauce.
Gotta have that good sauce.
For sure.
So do we have any other questions coming in? Or should we stay on phone or camera?
Yeah, I have another question. Actually,
sure.
This is me, but for notes or teleprompter. But I did have a so this is the question I had. If you were doing a video, do you use notes? Do you do a teleprompter?
Yeah.
I always just love to see that question to see if it was something that people had. And I also at some point want to do a some type of, not even promotion, but I'd love to see, if you use notes, where do you put your notes?
Yeah.
Because there's so many people that have, a notes sitting underneath their cell phone or underneath their camera. How do you do that?
I sometimes stick them with a piece of tape underneath the camera so that my eye line is extremely close to the camera. That's one of the whole points, is trying to keep your eye line really close to the camera lens so that you're always looking the same general direction. You might take a quick glance down, look at another bullet point. If I'm going to do that, I'm just going to do bullets though. I'm never going to write the whole script out on paper. Not like that. So if you're going to use paper and you're going to use a non-teleprompter kind of manual device, just do bullet points and practice what you're going to say and see what you might ask in your questions, and be ready to be a little bit more impromptu. So we got a new question coming in.
Look at that.
From Event Santa Cruz. Hey guys, how you doing, Matthew? Good to see you. What's the best way to promote the videos you make?
Well, it depends on the platform. It depends on who
depends on the platform.
business.
And I was going to say, who is your audience?
Yeah.
Who is your audience? So if your audience is more business professional and they live on LinkedIn or Twitter, you might want to go live and, let everybody know that you're doing these things. Plan a little bit of seed in advance to give them a little heads up that you're doing a video, or you're going to release something, make it feel like a little bit of an event so they can join. And you know what's great? Other people telling people about you.
Yeah.
I love that. I love when other people share, hey, my friend Jared and Andrew are going to be doing this thing today. You should watch it. I think it'd be great for you. So building up that affiliate kind of group network where people know that you're going to be doing it, and then they're talking about you, so you don't have to talk about you.
Yeah. And I mean, to promote your videos too, I like LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn right now, especially for business content. But they're giving you the engagement that Facebook used to give you back in 2011. So, Facebook used to give you, 2011 used to give you really, really good organic reach.
Yep.
So if you're going to promote your business content, definitely for your best bang for your buck would be to go to LinkedIn, publish your content there. Video on LinkedIn, they give you more engagement. And your first video, they actually give the algorithms written to give you way more engagement.
So you get really excited.
Yeah, it was kind of the drug, right? They give you the first hit and you really get a lot of engagement. But then you got to keep doing it consistently and also promoting your videos. You want to, as you mentioned earlier, as you touched upon, other people, but being able to tag people in your videos appropriately gets you into their networks, and then hashtagging that content is really good too. I mean, I was talking to realtors, some realtors this morning, and I was saying, yeah, absolutely hashtag your company, but you're just basically getting into the same network that you want to promote outside of your network. So if you're doing a market update for Santa Clara, hashtag Santa Clara, hashtag
Silicon Valley,
hashtag Apple, Google,
hashtag Bay Area, hashtag tech companies.
So other ways to promote your videos?
Email marketing. So using email to let people know you're going to be doing this. So email is still one of the best, even though we're all a little oversaturated on email sometimes, it's still one of the best ways to get people into their inbox, remind them that you're going to be doing something, or that you've shot something, or you're going to be shooting something, and just top of mind. You want to keep top of mind for people. I
was at a digital marketing seminar in February, and Ryan Dice is he's Gary Vaynerchuk said he's the king of digital marketing, and he was great. Did a great session, but the number one engagement is video on an email newsletter. Number one, over Facebook and everything else gets the most engagement, because all the millennials, all these folks that are getting jobs, that guess what else they're getting with their jobs? An email address. So they're back on email, and email is absolutely the best way to, if you can get a new newsletter, promote your videos on that also.
I'm going to make a prediction that within the next 3 years, you're going to be able to play a video inside the email very easily. It's very few people that are doing that right now. Most people, you see an image of a video and you click it and it takes you somewhere else to a branded channel. But I think in the next 3 years, so that's my prediction, by 2023, you will be simply, and you're not going to have to download anything. It's just going to play right there in your email, which right now, doesn't really do. I've only seen a couple of examples of that.
Timestamp that.
Let's timestamp that.
We'll do
2023.
A little
That's
clapper
my
here.
email video prediction.
All right, timestamped in there.
Yeah. So let me talk to you a little bit about this. You know, a lot of people don't know what the clapper was for, and in the film world, this is to start a scene with that sound. So when the audio editor hears that sound, he knows to roll. So a lot of people don't know what the point of these things is, and it's to track how many takes. We're a one-take wonder, so we only need one take.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, it was two.
Oh yeah,
We did two.
Sorry, we're not a one-take wonder. So really, this is to inform your editor, and I think we should probably tell people what's the power of editing.
And the other, doesn't it also sync? All
Syncs
the
with the audio.
well, syncs, but they have multiple cameras and multiple audios and stuff like that.
Well, it syncs with the audio, which syncs to the video channels on multiple cameras. So once you hear that clap, it syncs to whatever device you're recording to.
Cool.
It could be one camera or 4-camera
Cool.
shoot. But editing's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, even when I was learning photography, my instructors would say, do not show me everything that you shot, please. I don't want to see it. And this is back when we were shooting film. And so it was really a challenge to self-edit your own work, which is really difficult because you're attached to it emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
And then just decide what's the most important part of my video, what can I cut out, and then really make it a tight, nice edit. I think most videos right now, if you're doing live or you're doing education, you're really educating someone, they should be under 5 minutes. And so if you're running long and you like to talk, you should probably cut your content down in an editing tool.
How long should their videos be for social media?
If you want to use it for an ad, it should be under 60 seconds or hit that 60-second mark. I've gotten quite good just looking at my phone with a little timer and just keeping an eye on that am I hitting my points in 60 seconds without a script, or write a 60-second script and practice it. If you want to do a little bit longer, it's not just for advertising, 3 to 5 minutes is probably max time that you want to do for social media. But the power in editing is that you can get rid of stuff, you can condense stuff, you can stumbles, things like that. You want to work on that with your speech, and you can cut all that stuff out in the edit.
What about, so since you're talking about videos and length of time, what different platforms do different videos timing? So Instagram is how long on the newsfeed?
Well, the thing is with Instagram, you have your 1 minute, and then after that, it goes to IGTV, which is a longer video. And you're seeing that little TV box with a little lightning bolt icon now. And what you're noticing is you don't even get to watch a minute now, and they push you over to IGTV to watch the full thing. So if you're going to be very popular on Instagram, then you're going to understand the 1 minute mark is to post. And then after that, you get to push it over to IGTV if it's a longer video.
Does that do it automatically for you, or what?
It's going to say, hey, you are longer than 1 minute. You should post this to IGTV. So you have to activate that in your settings and decide how you want to use IGTV. There's no negative, really. It is a secondary app on your phone, but you can play it through your Instagram app.
And so they do it automatically for you. Is that what you said? Did they used to do that before? Or
no, they used to just cut it and say, hey, your video is 1 minute. But that's, this stuff's changing all the time. I think the point is that, like, you get really good at short form content. Like, regardless of the platform, LinkedIn is longer. You can post a video, believe up to 5 minutes or longer. But just get really good at short form content, getting your message across in the first 10 seconds. What are we doing? Why should I keep watching the next 50 seconds or 5 minutes? So that first 5 to 10 seconds is really important to engage your audience so that they keep watching.
What about, and then and then the other platforms, right? So
YouTube is endless. You could do hours if you wanted.
Post up a video. LinkedIn is 10 minutes.
LinkedIn is 10 minutes. And then there's live feature, which you have to appeal and apply to go live on LinkedIn. So don't think you can do it on day one. Which we can. Yeah. Which we are not ready yet.
We filled out our form. We put our notice in, and we've been told that LinkedIn is going to take 6 weeks to determine if we can get up to 6 weeks.
Sooner than that.
So we will, we're obviously excited about going on LinkedIn. It's a great platform, but it apparently is going to take a month and a half or so.
Yeah. Well, and then the other, you mentioned TikTok. That's really short form. I mean, again, think 1
15
minute.
seconds.
Well, it's just bursts. I mean, it's just such short time limit bursts. I've seen longer ones.
Yeah.
But yeah, it depends. I mean, like a lot of these platforms, they give you more leeway the more followers you have. So if you have more followers, they give you new tools which allow you to go longer, promote differently. I know with Instagram, the 10,000 follower mark allows you to do different things like swipe up and live. So you can actually direct people to a live link and send them to your website or your blog or wherever you want to send them. So that 10,000 follower mark on Instagram is a really important mark to hit if you can. And, you know, another day we'll talk about strategies on how to get to the 10,000 mark.
Yeah, because, you know, you can, I've read some recent books about that. Actually, I think it was on this one here. It's a Social Agent. That was a good one.
Tony
Giordano.
So
it's a good book, but it definitely talked about, and some other great books too out there. We'll talk about getting your followers out on, getting your followers, get them organically, you know, really work for them. Don't pay for them. Because you know, you may get some features, but they're just not.
Yeah, there's these thing called click farms where it's like a call center in different parts around the world, usually in third world countries, and you pay and they get all these fake accounts to inflate your numbers of followers. Two things will happen. Either you'll get flagged and your account will get removed because they have bots that check these things, or you don't have real people. I'd rather have 1,000 true fans. If anyone's ever read that article that Tim Ferriss from 4 Hour Workweek is a fan of, is 1,000 true fans. You'd rather have 1,000 people that would follow you to the end of the earth, buy whatever you sell, than 10,000 or 100,000 or 1 million followers that just won't really engage with you in reality. They're just a number on a screen. We did get a new question come in from Gus.
Mr. Gus today. He's a very talented realtor out at Intero in Cupertino. Thank you, Gus. We're making your videos fun and easy. You're the best.
Do you have an example of one you remember from working with Gus?
Yes, I do. But look, PitchHub.
PitchHub. I like it.
Let's bring it.
PitchHub.
New branding. New branding.
I like it. So what are some of the ways that you're helping clients make it fun and easy?
Well, with Gus, we have a blast. I shoot videos every week with the Cupertino folks, Intero Cupertino folks, real estate. And so Gus and I will come in and we'll just have fun with their videos. And he and I have got this interesting dynamic. You know, I'm originally from Ireland, and and so we have a lot of banter, but we got a lot of love there. So, but we help him with his videos. He really wasn't doing videos before. With PitchHub, and now with the teleprompter, and he'll shoot videos now from home, where he was just exclusively just doing them with me at the studio, and now he does them at home, and he does a great job.
I mean, I love seeing people just get empowered to take it on themselves, and once they learn some of the basics and they get a little training, it's like, I want to see you run with it. I want to see you get empowered and get excited and do it. Making it fun. I want to just mention, like, let your personality come through. Like, don't try to hide if you have an interesting personality or you have an interesting background. Like, let your personality come through, and that becomes part of your brand. Or you can create a brand personality also. I've seen people do that. They're not the same off camera as they are on camera. Hate to burst everybody's bubble. But create a personality. Ellen DeGeneres, potentially. I don't know. I love Ellen. She's amazing. But you create a brand personality so that people find you fun and engaging. And maybe you're a ranter. I've seen amazing people do rants, and they're very sweet, loving people, but they love to get on video and do rants. And it's really engaging because their energy is so high. One of the things I love about video is just you get to feel people's energy. It's a human thing. We've been sitting around a campfire for 100,000 years listening to other people talk. So it's in our DNA that we're just wired to watch humans and see your facial movements and see your voice intonations and see your hands move. And so I think we're just hardwired to watch video, and that's why video is exploding so much. Plus the technology.
Plus, you're getting out there, you're getting, on social. It's that first step. And what I say to people is like, oh, I don't like the way they look. I don't like the way I sound. Like, well, you kind of look the way you look and you kind of sound the way you sound. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
You have friends, people like you. So just do a video and you'll be great. And then I just see that transformation. We talked about this earlier. Maybe we talked about it when we didn't have the camera on.
Take one.
Or take
one. Zero.
But we've seen these folks like that are doing these videos and they nail it. They finally nail their pitch, and then from then on they've just transformed.
Yeah.
And their video is getting better and better and better, and then they want to do more things, you know. Yeah. And now they're jumping out of planes and doing all crazy stuff.
I have a client in the divorce coaching business, and she was terrified of video. Just did not want to do it, didn't like how she looked. There was just negative. And she started to do it, and she started to get more positive feedback. People really enjoyed the content. And I think that's the other key. It's like, if you're sharing really valuable stuff, people overlook the little things that you think they will be bothered by. What you're wearing, your voice, you know, something about your appearance that you find that you're bothered by. They're getting so much good content out of what you're saying that they want to overlook that stuff, or it doesn't bother them in the first place. It never did. A lot of that stuff is self-perception. It's not real.
And if people look, if you put out a video and you get a hater, you get somebody that's going to, you know, I don't like your video. I don't like, you know, the way you look or whatever it is. Yeah. They're never going to buy from you, or they're never going to, you know, work with you or anything like that. So it's a throwaway. So don't worry about that.
I mean,
the people that give you kudos are going to be, they're happy for you because, you know, if there's 95% of the market not doing video, they're looking at people who are doing video going, I could never do that. Good job.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, let the haters hate, let them do their thing. Don't buy into their story of they're just trying to pull you down, and don't let that get to you. They're probably just envious or something else going on. So let them do their thing. Try to ignore it. I know it can be hard because some of that stuff hurts personally, but you will often not hear all the positive kudos, and you might hear negative things in comments, and just delete them or disregard them.
We got a couple of people on. Come on now.
Okay, go on.
We need to ask some questions about video. How can we make it easier for you guys to get on video? Or what questions do you have about video? That's really the purpose of this. We're going to start having more of an agenda. We really wanted to get used to the technology. We're using a platform called StreamYard, and super easy to use. So great platform. What we're doing is we're actually going live to multiple. I thought I would have to do Zoom and then connect Zoom up to all these platforms, but with StreamYard, we were able to throw on a camera, connect up to all the different platforms that we're connected to. So we're on live on YouTube right now. We're live on Facebook. It's all getting recorded, so we'll probably edit this up. And then also we can go to LinkedIn eventually when we get approved for that.
Live on LinkedIn.
So other things that are easy for people to get on video. We talked about a teleprompter earlier. A teleprompter is great.
Oh, tool. I want to mention to people, we just recorded a tutorial on how to use the teleprompter. And I just want to remind people, it's going to be up on our help docs on PitchHub.com under the help area once you're a client.
We can share a screen.
Yeah, so let's share it. So, you know, teleprompters are advanced. They are something that a lot of people aren't using. Whoa, that's cool. We're going into infinity. Cool. And so what we want to do, so click teleprompter script. So we're seeing ourselves right now.
I just want to do this for a little while.
You just make everybody dizzy. Okay, so this is an example of the script that we wrote for our video talking about the teleprompter. And we use this for the tutorial video on how to explain to people how do we use the teleprompter and the scripting tool. Because what you're seeing here on this screen share is the teleprompter tool with the script. So you're in the script menu. This is the back end of PitchHub when you're using it. And so what you want to do here is integrate all your media clips, which are here. So you can have photo, video, audio right at the top here. It segments them into the different types. And then you integrate this media into your script, and you actually select an area of text. So if we were to click preview, this is the actual spoken text that you would see when you're reading the teleprompter, okay? But you don't want to see all those other things. When you're reading the teleprompter, you just want to be able to read. And this is actually taken as a transcript. And then this is the notes to the editor or yourself on where am I going to put all these other media clips in my script now that I've got it as text. So it's a really cool tool. This is something I wish I had for the years I was doing video. I love using it now. We're having all the clients use it. The turnaround time is so much quicker. There's so much more clarity for the editors to understand, oh, where do you want to use this media? At what point in the video? Which part of your media? So I'm just going to give people a little clue here. So let's say we wanted to add another video right here. We would just click this, hit video, bring in one of our other video clips. You can see our versions here. Here's a title. You could select where on the screen you want to view it, and you just hit save, and it's right there in the video now, right there. And if you want to get rid of it, you just click it and hit remove. So this is super easy. It really makes the process of creating video really simple. You want to show people the activity?
Sure.
So here's activity. This goes back and forth with our editors, and it allows us to say, well, what stage in your project are you at right now? Are you planning it, recording it? So right now we're in the recording phase for this current project, but this one, now we're at the approval process because we've actually approved this, and then it's going to go to publishing and then published. So there's all these different tools that the teleprompter scripting has built in. I love it, man. I'm just like sold. I'm not going back. There's nowhere to go back to. There wasn't really a process. That was the thing. We all made it up. We all hacked it together with Google Docs and Microsoft Docs and emails and Slack notes and text messages. It was a mess. So this is one platform to create your script, shoot it over to the teleprompter here, and then go back in your script and talk to the editor to help you get that thing made so much faster and easier. So when we say like making your video life easier, like it's legitimately easier and smoother now with this process. So right now you're seeing the teleprompter go through. Do you want to mention anything about the tools you're seeing here?
Well, it's voice. It's tracking your voice too. So
yeah,
as you speak, it's going to go along with you. But since you're there, we might as well show it. So we're getting up to close to the 45-minute mark.
Yep. Keith has got a question.
Oh, Mr. Keith. All right. So
that's a good question. We talked a little bit about it earlier. I don't imagine this is actually Keith feeling like that because he's got such a cool look and style. So I'm kind of shocked to hear this, but I think it's maybe your colleagues are mentioning that. What do you tell people if they don't like the way they look or they're nervous?
I show them the results of other people.
Yep.
I show them like this is the first video. Like this is what their first video was like, and this is the type of engagement they got. Now they're doing videos all the time. I think that if they're nervous, you do a couple of read-throughs on your script.
Yep.
On camera.
Practice.
Without, recording it. Just get comfortable with it a couple times. And then, then just do it. And then once you get it out onto social, you see the ramifications. You see the engagement. You get people actually giving you kudos for it. And you'll see results. You'll see really positive results.
Yeah.
If you're posting it right and you put it on the right platforms, you're going to see positive results. And then it's going to go from there.
There's not a lot you can do as far as the way you look. You can change your look as far as your branding. You can have fun with it. You can dress fun. You can wear glasses. You can wear, you can make it fun depending on your brand. And lots of people do that. Casey Neistat's a really good example of that. He always wears these funky painted sunglasses in his videos and very rarely takes them off. So have fun with your videos, like make it engaging and fun, and then you'll have fun doing it, which will change your energy and change the way you're perceived.
So he used to wear that. I'm positive he was wearing those glasses because I see people with sunglasses on all the time and they're just reading their scripts. So you don't see their eyes.
That's
move.
A trick too. Yeah, that could be a trick too.
Yeah.
As far as nerves, it just comes with practice, unfortunately. Your body does not know the difference, by the way, between anxiety and excitement. It's the same chemical response. So try to turn your nervousness and anxiety into excitement and have fun. So your body does not know the difference, that cold, sweaty palms and that elevated heat.
Who was that who brought that to everybody's attention? Was it Tony?
Tony Robbins?
Tony Robbins?
It's possible. I mean, it's a psychological, psychoreactive response.
Oh, the other thing to do with that, actually, what I say when I'm nervous and I go on a live webinar, there's like 500 people a couple months ago, right after COVID. Like everybody needs to get on video. All of a sudden now I'm in front of a couple hundred people, which is great, but super, super nervous. I did actually listen to Tony Robbins. He's like, go work out, go get energized, do some push-ups right before you get on stage, right
burn
before
some of
you
that
start.
nervous energy.
And it just kind of opens you up and gets you kind of clearer.
Yeah,
and
you can do squats, you can do lunges right where you're standing. You can do leg lifts, you can lift weights off camera. See, I'm lifting weights right now. You guys didn't even know that.
Keith does that.
So yeah, burning some of that nervous energy in your body. If you're in a quiet space, just sing, dance, play music, dump around, like change your energy up. It's important. Your energy will be conveyed. So if you're coming across I don't know what to say right now. It's going to convey, and you will make other people feel nervous. So do try to work on some of those things about being nervous on camera. But I like to think that there's one person out there that I'm talking to and I'm having a conversation with them. I feel more comfortable with them. I forget that there might be hundreds of people at some point seeing these videos or thousands. I just think of one person that I'm really trying to help, and that calms me down. I don't think of the masses.
Talk to one person.
Talk to one person.
Your ideal customer.
Camera.
Ideal customer.
Yeah. So we're coming up on the 45-minute mark at some point.
We started late though.
We started a little bit late. So in the future, we're hoping that people ask questions. What are some of the challenges you're feeling? And you can get really specific, like, hey, you're having an editing challenge or a camera issue or a sound challenge, and we'll do our best to try to answer those for you. Oh, that's nice, Keith. Game changers.
Well, you guys are too. So working with you guys has been a pleasure. And they are game changers, but they're great to work with. Keith and his team. So thank you guys.
They're calling you guys game changers. And the work game changing.
Oh, we listen to our customers.
Yeah. And so we love feedback too. If you have a question about PitchHub or the services, if you've been playing with the teleprompter and the scripting tool and the editing, totally reach out and let us know. We'd love to hear your feedback.
Sign up on pitchhub.com. We'd be happy to get you a license so you can look at it for free. Check it out, do the teleprompter, put in a script, and go from there. So making life with video easier. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining. Jared, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah. We'll be back next week for Webinar Wednesdays, AMA. Ask Us Anything. We'll have to come up with a fun new title. And we are out. You want to clap it?
AMA?
AMA. Ask Me Anything.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.